Yeah, my response, Jeff, when someone asks that is similar to Pear's, that I'm trying to just figure out, because a lot of times it's just they say, I just love this stuff. Like I absorb all the Mises lectures. I've been to Mises U. This has to be a part of my life. And so I say, okay, well, you can go have like a regular job and just read this on your own, because if you go even to a department where there's other Austrian economists on the faculties, it's not like your standard coursework is going to be just reading Rothbard and whatever all day. That it might be like on the side, you might get a micro professor who allows you to do a term paper that quotes Rothbard, but you're not going to learn Austrian economics per se. Even like rare places like Hillsdale or Grove City, when we were there, it was like when I was there, there was a two sequence, Austrian 1, Austrian 2, but the rest it was free market, but it wasn't Austrian. And so I'm just, I tell them that, like, to make sure. So if it's like, yeah, my job needs to be, I go into work every day and teach other people Austrian stuff, and I say, okay, but that's a very narrow track, and these are, Walter Block has a list of friendly schools that you would go to, but just keep in mind that even there, your dissertation for you to get hired somewhere, it may involve a lot of statistics and things that you don't even consider to be economics, and you're going to have to do a lot just to get through the hoops. Are you sure you want to do that? And some do, and we need people to be doing that. I'm glad they exist, and we have them, scaring around teaching people to keep the tradition alive in academia. But I think Pear is right that it's not obvious. And yeah, I think there is a certain thing like, well, no, Mises and Rothbard were economists, and that's what I need to do because I got to be like my heroes. And the situation is different now.
Well, listen up, kiddos. And also, there's the opportunity cost known as your 20s, which you will probably spend skulking around some college instead of buying a Ferrari with all that sweet Bitcoin money you should have been making. So we are going to link to a couple things. First of all, you have to own this book. If you don't own this book, we mock you. So go to Mises.org. I can even arrange to get you a signed copy of this by the author, our guest today, Herb Island. I can make that happen for you. And also, we'll go ahead and link to the now infamous debate between the late Dr. Gary North and Dr. Walter Block on whether or not you should get a PhD. And it's broader than just econ, it's PhDs in general. So, all that said, I want to thank Bob and Per for their time. Hope everybody has a great weekend.
Check back next week for a new episode of the Human Action Podcast. And in the meantime, you can find more content like this at Mises.org.